Good evening to all my wonderful viewers out there, and welcome back to another drop list video, the series where I cover all the items that are releasing in a specific week for various different streetwear brands. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering everything that is dropping in week 10 of Supreme's Spring-Summer 2023 collection. So guys, you know what time of the week it is. Time to cover the latest weekly drop of Supreme's latest season, and this week is the 10th week of their Spring-Summer 23 season. We're going to cover everything to do with that 10th drop. We're going to be covering the release details, the individual pieces, my thoughts and opinions on the individual pieces, and the week as a whole. Now, how we're going to cover all that is, as we've been doing for ages, covering it using a Supreme community page. We'll head on over to that page now and we'll start covering the release details for week 10. So here we are at the Supreme community drop page that we'll be using today, guys. As always, linked in the description section below if you want to vote on the items yourselves. We'll quickly cover the release details for this 10th week. So all items releasing in week 10 will be releasing on the 27th of April 2023. They will have an online release 11 AM Eastern Standard Time for the US, 4 PM British Standard Time for the UK, and 5 PM Central European Standard Time for the EU. If you guys have any further questions, I always forget. I forget as much as Supreme community forgets, but we have to cover the Japanese release details. They always get it 2 days later, the 29th. They will get it on the Saturday 11 AM Japanese Standard Time in store and online. If you guys have any further questions now to do with the release details, like where to pick it up, yada yada yada, comment section below or Instagram DMs. I can also answer them through there, whatever you feel comfortable doing, and I'll try and help you out the best I can with any questions that you've got. But yeah, now that we have covered all the release details, we know where it's dropping, when it's dropping, we got to figure out the last little thing of the what. We got to find out what's releasing, and we'll do that by covering the individual sections we have here. Let's kick off week 10 by checking out the accessories for this week. Well, that didn't change the page at all, but it has shortened the list to showcase the accessories. So to start it off with, we have the Supreme Kermit chair featuring the all-over print graphic that we saw on a bunch of pieces either last week or the week before. I can't remember which one specifically. It's a $400 chair with like a kind of cool Supreme graphic on it. The structure of it looks quite sturdy and quite nice, but if I'm paying $400 for a Supreme chair, I think I want a chair that screams a little bit more Supreme on it than the one that's being offered here. But you guys are going crazy for it. Like, you're really liking it. $400. I think I'd rather spend that on some Capital, on some First Arrows, or some secondhand Supreme. I think I'm going to give that one a thumbs down. Oh boy, oh boy. Up next, we've got the Supreme Jacob & Co. logo link bracelets. Now, when I saw these being shared on Supreme's Instagram story, I thought, that's a cool, fun little piece. I wouldn't mind a Supreme bracelet like that. I didn't know it was with Jacob & Co. And I didn't know it was for that goddamn retail price until I saw it here. Damn. At least the silver one is more within my price range. That gold one is completely out of my price range. But I am a silver man, so that actually works out quite well for me. Because 3 bands, 3 stacks, it is, wow. $3,000 US. Look, impressive if you got that cash to splash to be able to buy that, but yeah, I think I'll leave it as a downvote, not because it's a horrible piece or the retail price or anything like that. I am very much a silver man. I love my silver. Gold, I don't have any, but I just feel like it wouldn't look good on me. Maybe it's just because I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, I'll leave that as a no. The sterling silver one, like, it's cool. I would wear it. I'd love a bit of Supreme jewelry because it's just something you don't see Supreme doing too often. Please do it more often though, Supreme. It would be awesome to see. Yeah, it's just, I think I'd buy other things with $550 US before doing that, because that's almost how much I invest regularly as well. So, you know, that's quite surprising to see. That's quite a scary comparison if I was to say, do I want to invest or do I want to buy this? Some could argue it's probably an investment buying that piece, but I think I'd rather invest normally instead of buying that. But I did just buy some jewelry. I did just pick up my first Arrows piece, so I will keep you guys posted on that. We do have some jewelry coming, but unfortunately not the Jacob & Co logo link bracelet from week 10. But I'd love to hear if you guys are going to be picking up these bracelets. I'm assuming if you are, you're going for the silver, but definitely let me know if you've got the cash to go around to pick up that gold one, because goddamn, that is crazy. Moving into the sweatshirts, I actually don't understand why this piece is downvoted. I actually think this is quite nice. It's a crest crew neck featuring a crest with a bunch of animals and a crown and whatnot, and Supreme written on the inside of it. Coming in a very nice color offering. I genuinely don't understand why this is downvoted. I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. I think this is a nice piece. What I don't understand is why this is, I think the ratio is better, because this is why it's second. I think the ratio is technically better. The Roman zip up hooded sweatshirt, no, let's downvote that. Put the crest crew neck in front of it. That's the better piece. You know, I don't want this here. This is, maybe you guys feel differently, but I think most of us will agree that the Roman zip up hoodie is not better than the crest crew neck sweater this week. But I'd love to hear any like, you know, takes that are different from that down in the comment section below, for sure. Jeez, it even has matching sweatpants, and they're more downvoted than the zip up hoodie. I like, a lot of the times I kind of feel lenient to the sweatpants, because I'm like, oh yeah, like the sweatpants, they're kind of cool if you had the hoodie, but in this combo, I would not want either. I'm definitely going to give it a thumbs down on that one as well. It is not a very nice piece for this week. I clicked on the collared shirts, but it had a bit of a moment, and they're down here. I don't know why, but there we go. We've got the Destruction of Purity tee. This graphic here is featured on the back and it covers like the top half of the back of the shirt, and it's also featured on the arm. I was so conflicted. I was like, is this good, is this not? And I think every single time I reassessed it, I was like, it's not. I feel like there's too much going on here, too many different things going on here. If we just had some like roses going around the center of the buttons to around the collar and maybe around the arm there, I would be more keen on something just simply like that, even though that is a bit in itself over this. I think this is just like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna downvote that one. Next we got the metallic plaid short sleeve shirt. I don't know where the metallic element comes into it. I'm kind of confused by that. I don't mind the colors of them, like this one's okay and the back one's okay. But I mean, I'll give it a thumbs up. It is a bit pricey at 150 bucks. I don't know if I'd pay 150 bucks for a Supreme plaid shirt. But yeah, it's all right. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, that is, well, that's all the collared shirts that are releasing this week. All right, we fixed it with the hats. That issue isn't continuing. We've got the metallic plaid S logo New Era. Like, S logos are fine, but this plaid design all over it is, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna downvote that one. Next we got the two-tone corduroy camp cap. So we have a primary color that we can see on the ribbing of the corduroy, but then inside the gaps of the corduroy, there's another color. So we can see on this one, it's primarily white on the ribbing, and then in between it's got the blue. On this green one here, we have primary green, and then in between the ribbing, it's got red. This one here, I think it's black and gray. It's kind of hard to see from the angle, but I think it is black and gray. Yeah, I actually like this piece. This is nice. I just kind of wish that the color offerings were a little bit better, because I like the black one I'd probably pick up the most, but I kind of wish there was more. But it's all right. Like, it's fine. I'll give that one a thumbs up. It's a nice little hat to release this week. To the jackets, which I was quite amazed that that one was a jacket, but we'll get into that soon. We've got the Destruction of Purity Harrington jacket. I like Harrington jackets. The whole button, you know, it's nice. It's very nice. The graphic on the arms on this one though, for $250, it's not speaking to me. I honestly would have just liked a no graphic Supreme Harrington jacket. I feel in these colors, I feel like that would have been a nice piece to have, but yeah, not with these wild graphics on it. I'm gonna give that one a thumbs down. Next we got the applique hooded sweatshirt. So it's gonna have applique branding on the front of it there. It is a zip hooded track jacket. So it is a zip by the looks of it all the way down. I was kind of wondering if it cuts halfway through the graphic, and it looks like it kind of does. And yeah, it kind of just looks like they grabbed the materials, textures of a track jacket, applied it to a hoodie silhouette and called it a hooded track jacket and called it a day. I actually don't mind like the graphic on the front of it. I think that's fine. It's like I'm attending the Supreme College or something like that. But they could have just made it a hoodie and it would have been a nice hoodie. Or they could have just made it a track jacket and it might have been a nice track jacket. Why they decided to splice it together in a blender, that's beyond me. But this one is more favorably yes than no, but I'm gonna agree with the no's for this one this week. It's unfortunate that the jackets were not hitting for week 10. Last but not least, we got the tops / sweaters, which actually might be my favorite section this week, and that is not a thing I will normally say. To start it off with, we got the crochet football jersey. I actually love this. I'm just bummed out that the only color I like is the blue on blue. The other ones just don't speak to me as much, but I love the design. A football jersey silhouette, but instead of done in the traditional, sports-like materials, it's crochet, but it still features very sports-like logos and typography on the piece, which I love. I love that they were able to keep the sports element of a sports silhouette but change the material. I love that type of stuff. I think that's really cool. I've never seen something like this being done before. Keep doing more things like this where you're applying weird textures and materials to pieces that it hasn't been done to before, Supreme. That's always a big thumbs up from me. I like it in the blue on blue. It's a cool piece. Next we have the Supreme the Supreme small box tee. Simple, classic piece. Comes in a lot of colors and a weird like scorched coals color. I don't know what that is. $60, nice tee, simple logo. You can't complain about it. They release them all the time. Probably pick up a secondhand one for pretty cheap these days. Yeah, give it to me in the black, the white. That's really all I needed in, to be honest. But yeah, well, that is all the top / sweaters. And to add to that, that is all of week 10. How do I feel about week 10? I don't think it's a very strong week. I think that the only pieces I actually like this week are the crest crew neck, the crochet football jersey, and the small box tee. The rest of it, whatever. The Roman pieces, and the destruction of purity stuff, the metallic plaid stuff. It's rough. There's a couple pieces, but the most of the week is not good. This reminds me of very much the old Supreme, where you'd have a couple pieces that are good, and most of the week is kind of. I mean, the Jacob & Co. stuff's nice, but like, I'm completely ignoring it because that price tag is just a bit too wild for me. I'll stick to my handmade jewelry in Japan or secondhand chrome hearts because that's still cheaper than Jacob & Co. Jewelry, man. It's a very, very expensive market, isn't it? But yeah, well, that's my take on week 10, guys. It's not a very good week, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Maybe the Jacob & Co. stuff is like your bread and butter and you love it, and that's like carrying week 10. I don't know, but let me know how you feel about it down in that comment section below. Alright guys, that is everything covered to do with week 10. We covered the release details. It's releasing on April 27th for most of the world, and then 29th for Japan. We covered all the seasonal pieces, no collaborative pieces, but I guess the Jacob & Co. piece is collaborative, but it's part of the season. It's not like its own separate collab. Yeah, I mean, there are like a couple pieces here that are okay for week 10, but for most of it, yeah, it's not really hitting for me. But we all have our different takes. We'll all have our different opinions. I'd love to hear how you feel about it in the comment section below. And if you're going to be picking anything up from week 10, what are you looking to score from this week? Is it the crochet football jersey? I think that's a really cool underrated piece. The colors for me don't work too well with the color palette I have in my wardrobe, but an awesome piece. Do you like the Jacob & Co. jewelry? Do you like the small box tee? Let me know what you're going to be picking up from week 10 down in that comment section below. And of course, if you guys want me to keep covering upcoming Supreme weeks, collabs, and seasons, you got to give me the 3 indicators I always ask you for, which is a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit a new subscriber milestone of 3,625 subs before the end of April. It is very close to the end of April, and we are very close to the milestone as well. I think we're 2 subs off, and I will update our little subscriber milestone right here. I'm very keen to do that. Hopefully, you tell 2 mates. You tell 1 mate, they tell 2. You tell 2 mates, they tell 1 more. I don't know how that whole dynamic's gonna work, but you tell them, and hopefully we can get those people subscribed and hit that milestone before the end of April. Well, that's everything I got to say about week 10, guys. I wish you the best of luck if you are going for something this week. Hopefully you can pick it up in the size and color you are after. But until the next Streetwear Talk video, until the next Supreme video, until the next drop list video in general, I'll catch you later.